Welcome to Outlaw Woodworking. Today I'm going to do a review of the Dewalt 735 thickness planer. And this is a 13-inch thickness planer. And I've had it a little over a year. And I've been really happy with it. I do most of my cutting boards prior to sanding. I run them through here, and it's worked out really well. I wish I had a bigger one, but this is the one I have, and most of my projects I'm able to get by with this. It does a really nice job. Now recently, I'm doing a lot of stuff with scrap lumber, where I'm planing some scrap lumber, and then I try to make some signs or something with it. And the scrap lumber, sometimes, if you're not careful and you're not checking the lumber carefully, it might have a broken screw or a broken nail in the lumber. And recently I ran a piece through, and one of these blades hit that screw or nail. And the reason I know that is recently I was planing some cutting boards, and I noticed a little groove. And if I flipped it around, it would take out the little groove. But that tells me that one of these blades has a nick in it. But the blades that are inside here are double-sided blades, so you kind of get an opportunity to flip them around at least once before you have to replace them. So today I'm going to show you how to do that. And I've decided that when these blades get too bad, I'll use a helix cutter, and I'll show you a picture of one here. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and change this. We'll find this one blade that I know has a nick in it, and I'll show you how to change it. Let's get started. The first thing you do is it comes with its own Allen wrench, and it's got magnets on the back of it, which is pretty cool. So you just unscrew these top 4 bolts, and they are Allen head, round head screws. Unscrew those. Sorry about the background noise in the first clip. The pellet stove's a little loud. It was like 29 degrees this morning when I was out here. So yeah. Anyway, you undo these 4 screws, and then the whole top pulls off. Now if you look down inside there, it's got 3 tall red screws right there. And you need to take those off and take the dust collector top off, and that basically diverts the sawdust and everything out. And actually it blows pretty good. It actually helps out my Dust Right dust collection pretty good, because even with the Dust Right dust collection going, it's also blowing. And it's got a little tray right there that you can set all your screws in so you don't lose it, and you pull off this little dust shield, and there's the blades. Now it turns out that all 3 of these blades got nicked. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little spring right there, and you basically push that down and you can turn the blade. Now right here I'm gonna take off, this is 8 times speed. I'm gonna take off all the screws and then use the magnet to pull the blade out, flip it around, put it back in, and then so you have a brand new side. So basically you get 2 shots at it. You can get a year out of the first side, and if you're careful, hopefully we'll get another year out of the second side. And it makes a huge difference. I noticed right away, I surfaced a pretty rough piece of wood, and it was super smooth, really nice. First one done, now we got to do the next one. We got 3 of them to do. Use the magnet, flip it around, and put it back together. Number 3. And there's some turkeys while I was doing it out the window. Flip it around with the magnet. Last one. Okay, once we got it all back together, make sure our side covers are on, our top side, everything's tightened up. We're going to go ahead and test run a piece through here. Make sure there's no screws in there. Yeah. We get some safety glasses and let her rip. Well, the new blades, they really worked good. Super smooth. Not even a scratch on it. Very clean. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, yeah, the small Dewalt planer, I'd give it a thumbs up. It's a good working machine, and if you take care of the blades, they'll last a long time. These blades lasted me the original blades lasted more than a year, and I can tell right now by switching them over to the other side, what a really nice surface, super smooth. But if I ever, once these goes bad, I probably will change to the Helix, which is a bunch of little blades. I've heard good things about them. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this episode of Outlaw Woodworking, and thumbs up for the Dewalt planer. And yeah, I will see you next time. Later.